Alright class, welcome back. So we should have just created a histogram and created a frequency table based off of what kind of or how many milligrams of caffeine were in certain types of teas. So now we're going to go on to still dealing with histograms, but now we're going to be going into how to read a histogram. So in this example, you'll see it asks how many bracelets have 5 or more beads on it. So looking at our histogram, we have to look at on the bottom scale. Okay, looking at how many numbers of beads are in each bracelet. So we start with 1 to 2, 3 to 4, but we're really interested in the 5 and higher. So looking at that 5 through 6 interval, we see that there are 4 bracelets that contain 5 to 6 beads. We do the same for the other intervals as well. So looking at 7 through 8, okay, so looking at the interval 7 through 8, we have 5 bracelets that contain 7 to 8 beads, which is greater than 5. And then doing the same thing for the 9 through 10 bin. So that contains 8 bracelets. So we have a total of 4 plus 5 plus 8, which gives us a grand total of 17 bracelets that contain 5 or more beads on them. So it's important that you take into consideration how to read a histogram because there's more than you think it is. A lot of people would normally say that there's only 3 bracelets that contain 5 or more beads because there's only 3 of those intervals that we're looking at. But in fact, you really have to take into consideration the frequency of each type of bead. Alright, so moving on, now we're going to go into, we learned about frequency tables, we learned about histograms, now we're moving on to pie charts and how to read and create a pie chart. So looking at that next slide, if you turn that page over, we're doing a pie chart on pies. So we have 4 people that like chocolate, 13 who like cherry, 20 apple, 8 pumpkin, 5 pecan, giving a grand total of 50 people that were polled in this survey. So to find out what percent of the pie chart that it contains, we have to find out, well, 4 people enjoy chocolate out of a total of 50 people. So we take 4 over 50 as a fraction and type that into our calculators. You'll get a decimal of 0.08 or 8/100ths, which is 8%. So 8% of the people enjoy chocolate as their favorite pie. And we'll continue doing the same thing for cherry, apple, pumpkin, and pecan. So I'll give you guys just a minute to fill in that chart and then we'll come back together as a class. Alright, so you guys should have filled out the chart as it's on the board right now. So cherry had a total of 26%, apple 40, pumpkin 16, and pecan 10% to give a grand total of 100%. So to make sure that you're doing it correctly, if you add all those percents up together, so that 8, 26, 40, 16, and 10, you should get a grand total of 100. So if you're off by just a little bit, then you know that you did something incorrect. So now we're going to move on to that bottom of that chart and how to find out exactly how many degrees of that circle each section takes up. So let's go to the next video.